Hello everyone. Yeah, just a quick update. Yeah, it's been a heck of a couple of months, and basically I just wanted to kind of get this out just to update you on a few things. And obviously, if you've got anything that you want to know about the project, then I'm happy to update and sort of discuss this in sort of later videos. That's absolutely fine. But yeah, just the main. There's I think three things that I mainly want to talk about today. The big one is that we've nearly finished posting out all the issue 9 packages. So this is the final issue of the comic. And yeah, so all the crowdfunders, artists, there's only one left, and this is a YouTuber, so I've got to get it out to them. I literally just got back from the city centre where I posted some stuff out to another YouTuber that was very deserving, so that's cool. But yeah, that then leads us quite neatly into the second thing, because for this last one, the reason that this one's last is that I need to order a couple more issues for them. At the same time, I was at Canary Comics the other day. They are out of issue 1s, which is awesome because people are buying them, which is fantastic. But it does mean I need to get some more of them in. I need to get, like I say, these issues for the YouTuber in. My plan is also to get some stickers and promo cards in as well. So I want to kind of push out the promotion a bit more with that. So what this means is, on Monday, I'll be placing the order in with Minuteman Press. And what this means for you is, if you really want a print copy of the comic, now is the time to get it in, which leads to a rather difficult thing that I have to talk about, which is prices. So I always do my best to kind of keep the price of these things as reasonable as I possibly can, because I know it's hard. I know, you don't want to spend a massive amount on comics and what have you, but the reality is prices have gone up, but especially with postage, and especially in America. So from Monday, I am going to be increasing the price of the postage. I'm going to update the postage on that, especially, like I say, for America, to add in the extra duty it costs to get it across. This isn't, like I said, this isn't intended as a political statement. This is just a practical fact of life. We need to pay for things, and it's got to be worth us getting it out there. It's as simple as that. So I'm sorry, but in order to kind of buttress this a little bit, so you still got a little bit of time. So if you want to beat the price rise, you can, like as I say, order ahead of Monday. That's cool. Like I say, I wanted to give some notice. Also, as part of the Ko-fi challenge, we do have a discount code. So if you put in the code MatesRates, which I'm going to include in the description, you get 10% off. So that's something. And yeah, so that's that. Like I say, not the best of news, but I've got to be honest. We're trying our best here. We've had some good sales. I mean, it helped. Like, for example, like with Norcon, you're not posting things out, so that cost isn't there. And so, we did pretty well out of that. And again, this is why when I talk about support from things like Patreon, like Ko-fi, this helps to keep the costs down, because if people are donating and backing us regularly, then this can help us reduce costs a bit and get more money to the artists who are working on this, because, well, let's be honest, they deserve it. And we're trying to get more commissions going. We're in the process of getting more out because, bless him, IW Fan 53 has been working very hard on his short story series, which is nearly over. He's doing an epilogue, basically to round out what he'd written before, which I erroneously said was the final one. But that's awesome. He's an absolute creative machine, and I'm very impressed. And the level of detail and commitment that he's brought to it is just absolutely amazing and mind-blowing. So, I'm trying to bring in people just to sort of illustrate them as we go. It's going to take a while, but he's worked really hard and he deserves it. So again, we'll have the link for the Ko-fi below, so that if you want to help us help more people, you can do. And yeah, this then leads us to another thing I really want to talk about. And this is tying in with a couple of things. So we still have the animated series, sorry, not animated series, get to that. Final animated trailer to come. So Jim Furno is working on that. I'm really hoping we can get this done for the end of the month, because, not being funny, we're coming up to, going to use the C word, we're coming up to Christmas. Basically, outside of conventions, this is our best chance to sell stuff, and the more support we can get, the better. And I think having something like this is going to be really important, especially going forward, because we're starting to take the next big step, because I really want to do an animated series. And I think the landscape, in the last few years has changed sufficiently that, not that I would write off completely working with a studio, don't get me wrong. If the offer came in and it was right, fantastic. But the landscape for independent animation has changed. It is still not cheap. It is still not easy. Let's not kid ourselves here. But there are opportunities. And there was a certain someone who posted on social media about it, and I did contact them. Whether or not I'm going to get a reply, we will find out. But it did fire something up in me. It did make me realise, a couple of things. One, I think if we're to get a Reynard animated series, I think having some kind of recognised partner on board would massively help. And I'm not necessarily saying in terms of a production company, but in terms of people who know what they're doing, people who have experience with animation, people who want to work with us. And again, kind of finding something that kind of fits in, all these different elements, is going to be difficult. And I'm not going to pretend we're going to instantly have all the answers. What I will tell you is the more you support us, the more we can do. It's as simple as that. And too often people sort of say, and like I say, in the nicest way, because people, I think, mean it and I think are lovely, and I say, oh, I'd really like to see an animated series. Oh, wouldn't that be great? And it's guys, dreaming about it is awesome. Do you know what's even better? Putting your money down. And I say this with love, and I also say this as people have done. So I think that's the crucial thing. People, backed our Patreon for years. People have massively donated via Ko-fi, given us regular commissions, and I don't want it to sound like I'm being ungrateful, because I'm really not. I think what we've managed to achieve in terms of getting out to conventions, in terms of completing the series after years of not being able to, in terms of, like I say, being able to kind of get things out to people to promote the comic, all of these things are massive. And I don't want to lose sight of that. And obviously this is why we do the special thanks playlist and the special credits all the time, because for the simple reason that it doesn't exist without you. It doesn't exist. Obviously it doesn't exist without the artists, because they have talent I don't. But it also doesn't exist without the support in order to make it happen. We will do everything we can to get this done. I can promise you that here and now. We will push for everything. And it's not that we expect you to... I'm ignoring that. It's not that we expect you to pay for this, but it is... The more you can do, the more you can put in, the quicker this can happen, the better we can do, the more we can do. Because I think it's tricky, because I think the potential is there. I think the potential is to get to that next level, to get to the point where these are recognised characters, these are things people want to engage with, these are things that, suffer a massive backlash. But, cross that bridge when you come to it. But, I just think, I look at where we've been, I look at the progress that's been made, I look at the incredible talent that's involved, the voice actors, the artists, so many people, the businesses that support us. I mean, it is absolutely incredible. But as I say, that's A level here, and animation is like the next level up. And I'm also going to say it is not beyond the realms of possibility, because I may have told this story before, I'm going to tell it again. There was a point where I pitched Reynard City to the producers of the original UK Life on Mars, which is an absolutely amazing show. Love it. Only 2 series, about 12 episodes. Look it up. Wonderful. And it got to the pitch reading point. People in that production company read the script. Now, keep in mind, this is before we had any animated content. This was before Reynard City Chronicles. We have much more now. So I really can't stress this enough, because, yeah, you see this at the end of endless videos that like, subscribe, donate, but it is true. The more you help, the more we can do. And as I said before, if you want to find out more, please get in touch. I'll be happy to have a chat. Much love. Bye.